Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ejelonu. If you are new on my channel for the very first time, thank you for clicking on this video, and to my return subscribers, thank you very much. Thanks for all the love on my previous video with my dad. I think you guys are more of my dad's fan than my fan. Like, even my friends are like, any little thing, how's your dad? Have you cooked for your dad today? You guys should chill, right? But thank you guys, and I'm grateful to have my dad still alive and share publicly here one or two things that usually family members talk about, something that a lot of people don't talk about. From where I'm from, Nigeria, it's really important. I just feel like the older generation, they've had different upbringing, and my generation, our upbringing is like very different. So obviously merging those two together, it's really important that we open more conversations, have more open conversations with our family, our friends, and just put our best foot forward in everything we do. There are times when my sisters and I, just maybe when we come together and randomly we're talking about the past, about maybe things that's happened in the past. At some point in our lives, we could not afford tissue paper. We could not even afford to say, obviously you're living in a rented apartment, and NEPA brings lights, you pump the water, and then obviously the tank is empty, no lights for a few days or whatever it is. Like, the water we had in the house had to be used. Either the ones in the bathroom was either reserved for having a shower or having a bath for school the next day. Like, we could not afford, I don't want to give so much away, because I feel like this is not just my story, but the story of my siblings, my family, my entire family. There are points whereby we could not afford to buy extra water. Yes, but you're looking at my skin and you're thinking, you this girl, you're glowing, and you this girl, look at how you've never had like mosquito bites or whatever it is. But that has been our story at some point. And I always talk about training the mind. And reason I talk about this is that, I've seen my folks, at some point really low in their life, and I've seen how they still would push through. And I'll start off by saying there isn't, you might check online, you might check on YouTube, and people might have maybe the top 3 rules, the top 5 rules, and the top 10 rules on how to be the best version of yourself, or follow this, follow that to be the best version of yourself. But I feel like there's just only one thing to do to be the best version of yourself. Yeah, it's literally just one thing. And I talk about this so much on Instagram. I have been built like this. I feel like at a very young age, I knew I could gather that this was what I needed to be the best version of myself. A few people on Instagram, and I think from my last video as well, by the way, sorry to drift, I got loads of marriage proposal from my last video with my dad. Like, hello, well, thank you guys. But yeah, I got loads of marriage proposals, and I got also opinions from people who feel like I was born in a rich family. And I really do appreciate it, but I wasn't. I feel like my family, we need to write a book, because we do have a story and we have gone through a lot. I know a lot of families, a lot of people have gone through so much, but my family, I feel like we need to put a book together. If my sisters see this, I just feel like we need to put a book together. I think we've achieved a lot. We've got our good days, we've got our bad days, we've got our strengths, our weaknesses, our flaws. But majority of it, when I look at our lives and how far we've come, back in the day, there was a point in our lives that we could not afford tissue paper, toilet roll to clean our bum. And even managing water that we had at home, we were managing water at home. Yeah, like water to have a bath with. Like, yeah, at some point in our lives, that was our story. At some point in our lives, we could only drink Gary. Like, that was our daily meal. Yeah. At some point in our lives, that was our story. But obviously, it's not my story to share. It's the story of my entire family. But yeah, just people just have that feeling that I was born into it and I have my life figured out and I have my family, everybody's good. Hey, if we begin to tell you the things, but what we're really, really grateful for is how far we've come and how far we've pulled through. Now, the reason for this video is how to be the best version of yourself. For me, I have learned from a very, very young age that the best way to train yourself, I talk about this on social media a lot, is your mind. Your mind is the best tool, the best thing you need. It's actually the only thing. You can go on social media, you can go on YouTube, you can go on Google to see the top 3 things to be the best version of yourself, the top 5, the top 10. Like, all those things, I'm sure they're add-ons, but the one thing you need, the only thing you need, because without this, if you tend to do those add-ons and you have not trained your mind, you're just wasting your time. Like, literally, you're just wasting your time. You have to train your mind. You really, really have to train your mind. And also, I talk about discipline. You really want something bad. What are you doing to get it? You want to lose weight. Are you working out? Like, you want to buy something. Are you saving to buy that thing? You have exams coming. Are you studying to make sure you pass that exam, to make sure you're ready for the exam? For me, at a very young age, I just knew that I learned, not that I knew, seeing the things we had gone through, I just learned and knew that the mind was a very, 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 very important thing that I know that only I was in charge of. So for me, the mind is something that I know that I am in control of, and I need to train my mind, and you need to train your mind. You really, really need to train your mind. I have a few notes down, right? Just little things that I feel like we can do as adults, we can do as individuals to be the best version of ourselves, is to know who you are. Allow yourself to think about the future, to dream, to accept change. Loosen up a little bit. Change is the only constant thing. Believe you already have everything. And I feel like we need to just live on your own terms. Live on the choices you've made for yourself. We have to go through certain things for us to know who we are, not what others think about us. And you have to actually look into the mirror and be very, very honest with yourself about your flaws, about the thing that makes you tick, about the things that makes you cry, about the things that makes you weak, about the things that makes you angry. This is why I always talk about therapy, that it is very okay to go to therapy. I know a lot of Africans still don't believe in it. A lot of Nigerians still don't believe in it, but it's very, very good for self-improvement for yourself. So yeah, I also have down here choice. Like I said, I've talked about this. As adults, we are adults, we're human beings, and the choices we make choices, and you should be okay with your choice, even if it's a good or a bad one. That's the only way we can learn and improve on ourselves. Literally, that's the only way. No one has it perfect. Like I always say, that this thing called life, there's no manual book to it. So no one has it perfect. Just, know what you're doing. It's like Bitcoin. It's like investing. It's a risk. It literally is a risk. But as adults, we make choices. You got to be able to live with it, good or bad. And the last one I want to talk about is opportunities and drive. And for me, maybe I don't want anyone to feel like maybe because I had this opportunity to be in the UK, not everyone has that. Listen, baby, I'm telling you, I was not born into a rich home. I was not born with a silver spoon. My parents literally worked their behind off to get us where we are today. So when my family had the opportunity, why in the world would I mess it up? When I can see my mom and my dad struggling to earn money to pay for our school fees, why do I want to mess it up? Like, even when I see young kids of today just doing anyhow, and I'm just thinking, wow, you don't even see your parents like that, and I just feel like from the way the generation is just from back then to this, everything is just changing. Yeah, but listen, if you have the opportunity, or if you're given the opportunity by your parents or whatever, any opportunity whatsoever, don't take it for granted. Because sometimes what I've noticed with life is that, obviously God is the one giving us these things. God is the one making these things happen. And some people get it a second chance, and they get a second chance, and maybe it might not be as great as the first one, but usually they'll get a second chance. When you get an opportunity or you get a chance at something, don't misuse it. Don't think that, okay, let me do this one anyhow, another one will come. Don't think like that, because most of the time, majority of the time, all of the time, God is the one giving this to us. And if you mess it up, he just either knows that, okay, if I give this person again, this person is not going to appreciate it. But for me and my family, we've appreciated everything from the get-go. Maybe because we've just seen how, or where my parents, like how they fought for us to have certain things in life, or to work, to be doing 2 jobs, Listen, hey, why would I want to do that? So if you have the opportunity, and also this could cut across like maybe relationships, right? I know sometimes some girls will be girls, boys will be boys, and phases in our lives, yes, you break someone's heart or you do something. Yes, opportunity, making sure you know who you are, you're an adult, the choices you make, and yes, if you're given an opportunity, don't misuse it at all. And yeah, pretty much that's it. If you want to be the best version of yourself, you just have to train your mind. You just have to work on your mind. You're in charge. You are in charge. No one else is. I don't like excuses. So sometimes maybe, okay, there's something about me that maybe when I talk, I can be a bit harsh. And maybe for me, it's just coming from a place of, listen, I didn't have it too, but I worked my ass for it. So why are you giving excuses? And I understand, obviously, if you're watching this, and obviously if you're based in Nigeria, I totally understand, because just Nigeria is just going through it. That country has been going through it for the longest time. So no, don't take this. If you're from Nigeria, if you're in Nigeria, don't take this to heart. I'm not being harsh, but you know, it's very important at this time, I must add, that you surround yourself, you set boundaries, surround yourself with positive things. On social media, you know, you can mute accounts that you know would either trigger you or would upset you or would make you want to comment in a very sly way. You know, people in Nigeria at the moment, I think a lot of people are sensitive, a lot of people are hurting, a lot of people are tired. So it's really, really important that, you know, you are in control and you start working on your mind. You are in control of it. Don't let anything you see on social media, you know, get the better part of you. It's not easy. Trust me. I know. Even me here in the UK, I feel it. It's heartbreaking, but make sure you are setting boundaries. Make sure you're in charge and you're in control of your mind, even though the environment does not look like change is going to come tomorrow. We pray and we hope that change will come tomorrow. But yeah, my love to everyone watching from Nigeria. I love you all, scatter. And I can't wait to be in Nigeria. But yeah, that's the end of this video. Make sure you put your best foot forward in anything you do. Make sure you are the best version of yourself anywhere you go. Until next time, as always, chub kisses. Mwah. 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 Kiss, kiss, kiss. Mwah. Bye, guys.